Cool. Well, welcome to Yin Massage. So this class is really to help us relax and soothe the body, and more importantly, the mind. Hey girl, just make sure you're on mute over there. All right. There we go. So this is Yin Massage. This is a really wonderful practice to soothe the body and the mind in a very low impact, but very can be intense practice. And we're going to do several different stretches and holds from anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes each, with a really nice rest and supportive rest phase after it. You should feel light, you should feel relaxed, it should prepare you for a great night's sleep and to tackle the day really, really well. So to start, everyone get on your backs. And just close your eyes and just feel yourself into the floor. Nothing special, just breathe easy. Just imagine you're being supported by a nice, fluffy cloud. Now, what I want you to do is raise the right leg up as straight as you can, keeping the rest of the body on the ground. And then just grab the back of the thigh with your 2 hands. And we're going to hold this leg up for 1 minute. So Yin Yoga is a very beautiful complement to regular vinyasa or hatha style practices. It asks us to slow down. It reminds us to take a look at the deeper parts of the body, all the connective tissues, the deep tissues where the yogis say our emotions lie. Keep the foot flexed. Feel the blood running down from your toes. Good. Now bring the leg down and bend your knee and pull it into your chest. Take a deep breath there. And then from here, place both feet on the ground with your knees bent and place the right leg, the right ankle over the left thigh. You're going to feel some sensations as the blood runs from the calf into the thigh. Here we're going to get into the right hip. So bring the left leg up and grab the back of the left thigh while your right leg is in this kind of cross-legged position. We're going to hold this for 2 minutes. So yin is different from what some yoga teachers do, which is a restorative practice, which while a lot of these poses are involved in restorative yoga, yin does require a bit of effort. It requires us to move into a pose where we meet our edge, where we meet just the slightest edge of discomfort and breathe into that space. If you want, you can reach for the left shin to pull your leg in a little bit more. And the key here is just to breathe really as deep as you can, as relaxed as you can. The restorative practice is very gentle, it's very light. And I love restorative practice, but there are moments in yin where things can get a little intense, and the growth happens when we meet that intensity with a softness, and the muscles in our body begin to relax into that discomfort, and that's where the growth happens. About 30 more seconds on the side. As you gain more space in that right hip, and keep the right foot flexed so you don't hurt the knee. Just pull in a little bit with your hands, see if you can get a little more stretch in the right hip. Good, and from here, keep your feet and your legs where they are, let the hands go, and bring your left hip down and bring your legs down to the left side in the same shape they're in. So the right foot is on the ground and the left ankle is on the ground. So you have this nice spinal twist. Let your arms open up. We're going to hold this for about 2 to 3 minutes. And so today's yin massage is focusing on the side body in particular. So that's all the way up from the sides of our legs and our hips, sides of our torso, and our back, our shoulders, our neck muscles. These muscles are connective, often very tight. They're responsible for twisting, and if they're not stretched and moved properly, our whole bodies begin to cave in. Chest collapses, head sinks. Let's get tightness in the hips after we walk. So it's really important to engage the side body, but we'll also be looking at the chest and the hips to get a little release there. And that way we can feel open, relaxed. And keep pushing down into your right shoulder blade. But really just relax into this. With each breath, the muscles around your spine will release and relax. The spine is what supports us. And if those muscles are constantly contracted and pulling, that makes not just our body tight, but our nervous system tight, our whole feeling of not being balanced. Feel the release in the right hip, muscles around the spine. And just reimagine yourself on that cloud. And slowly bring your legs back up to that figure 4 position where we were. And let both legs go. Take a moment here and notice the difference between the right and left side, especially that right hip. We allow well, we'll get into the other side. I'll explain what's happening. But so here, raise the left leg up, clasp the thigh behind it, hold for a minute. So yin doesn't just stretch our muscles, but it stretches everything, but in particular, these long holds are good at stretching our fascia, which is this webbing that connects all of our muscles and ligaments and bones together. It's like a big webbed sheet that runs all throughout our body. These tissues need hydration, they need stretching, or they begin to get tight. This is true, especially if you're doing fitness or working out or building muscle or losing weight. You want to give the fascia special attention. But yin also gets into the deep tissues, connect ligaments to bone, deep down into the muscle fibers where a lot of acidity lies, or yogis say a lot of our emotional body lies. Good. Now, exhale, bring the knee to the chest, lift knee to the chest. Good. Now place that left ankle on the right thigh. Push the left thigh away a little bit to create some space in the low back. Flex that left foot. And figure 4, cross-legged pose. Bring up the right knee. So we're really getting the left thigh here. Hold this for about 2 minutes. Yin is one of, if not my favorite kind of flow because, one, it feels so good, but it's such a relief and such a difference in my wellness practice. It's such a great time to slow down and kind of care for the body in a very loving way. And whether you do a lot of yoga classes or you exercise a lot, yin's essential to help restore your body. But even if this is all you did, the benefits to balance and feeling ready, feeling confident, feeling smooth, this comes naturally. You're releasing so much tension that gets stored so deep. Keep breathing into that left hip. If you have a little more space, keep hugging in that right knee, through that shin. Really get more of that left hip opening. we'll finish the sequence on this side. So keep the legs where they are. Let the hands go to the side. And let the feet drop to the right. Let the right hip come to the floor. Keeping your torso up to the sky as best you can. Try to keep that left shoulder down. The bottom of the right foot's on the floor. We're holding this pose, this nice little side twist, for about 3 minutes. Just settle into your breath, but if thoughts come up, which they will in these long holds, you can treat it as a meditation. You can just notice the thoughts, acknowledge them, and let them pass. But if there are some happy thoughts that come across, or something really good happened today or the last couple of days, or something you're really excited about, give them a little focus. Give yourself permission to enjoy and be energized by the good things going on in your life. About 1 more minute on this side. Deep breaths in and out of your nose. Into your hips and your belly. Slowly come up. Bring the legs up. Let them both come down. And just feel the release in the legs and in the hips. Notice how you feel. All those good vibrations and pulses happen in the lower part of the body. We're now going to connect it to the torso through a pose that I call banana pose. So we're going to start by scooching our glutes and our hips to the right a little bit. So we create just a little bit of a curve on the left side. Bring the left foot over the right ankle. Scooch the hips over even a little more. Bring the hands up, moving to the left. So the feet and the hands are moving towards the left as the hips are moving towards the right. So you create this nice little C shape. And it doesn't matter how big or exaggerated the C shape is. We're going to hold this for 2 minutes.
And it's going to start off as a know-nothing sensation. And I want you to hold on to the right fingers or right wrist with your left hand. But as you breathe into it, you're going to feel a really beautiful stretch all on the right side of the body. Relax your face. Relax your tongue, relax your teeth. Relax your eyes, relax the roots of your hair. As you allow the right side of your body to stretch and heal. And you'll start to feel the right arm and the right ribs start to tingle a little bit, expand. Good. Slowly release the right side, the right wrist. The legs come back. Stretch the legs and the arms away from each other like you're waking up. Notice how the right side feels. Now let's give the left side the same love. So move the hips to the left. Cross the right leg on top, or the left ankle on top of the right. Grab the right wrist with your left hand. Move the feet and the hands to the right side while you move the hips again over to the left. Get that nice stretch. Ooh, there it is. We'll stay here for a couple minutes. As in all things, you may find that the left or right side has more space. Neither is right or wrong, because we're creating balance. We're allowing the side that needs to stretch the time to stretch. And giving the muscles, particularly around the ribs and the upper chest and the shoulders, and the stomach muscles, pelvic muscles, time to release. Keep reminding yourself you're on that cloud. Release the arms and the legs. Stretch the feet and hands away from each other like you're just waking up. Bring the arms next to your side and just kind of hold. Slowly roll onto your left side. Come up.
And just get onto all fours. We're just going to do just 4 cat-cows on your own, just to move the spine a little bit. Inhale, look up. Exhale, push into the floor, nice and easy. Good. So from here, we're going to come down onto the chest. And we're going to open up the chest. So come down straight onto your belly and move your arms out like a T, like this, on either side of you. Make sure you have enough space on each side of you. And we're going to start on our left. So what I want you to do is bring your right hand in underneath your right elbow. So it's making a nice little L shape like this. Keep the left arm out, palm down, and slowly push yourself with the right hand onto the left hip. And from here, this could be where you stay. You're like, wow, there's a stretch in the upper chest, and I'm good. If you want a little more, you can bring the right leg behind you. You can even bring in your right palm a little bit, but really what you're doing here is opening up this left side. We're going to stay here for a couple minutes. You can leave your head on the ground, and you control the volume. You can give yourself more of a stretch by pushing into the ground with the right hand, by opening up the right hip a little bit, opening up the chest towards the ceiling if you have the space. And breathe here. The muscles and ligaments that connect the chest to the shoulder. Most of us are hunched over these days, on the couch, at our desks, home desks if we're lucky to have them, or if we're out in the world, we're kind of collapsed or looking down at our phones or looking down away from people. So we try to maintain physical distance. So these muscles get really contracted and shortened. And so this is a great stretch and pose to open up the chest, open up the heart space. If it gets too intense, you just close the chest a little bit, keeping that sensation. Good. Just enjoy each breath. Even if it feels a little intense, breathe into it. Relax. With every exhale, tension and stress is leaving the body. On your next exhale, if your right leg was over, bring it back to meet the left. And come down onto your belly. And on the other side, So arms outstretched, right palm on the ground. Bring the left palm under the left shoulder and push yourself over onto the right side. We'll be here for 2 minutes. If you do any sort of exercise or fitness, I implore you to use this stretch every couple days. I tend to work the upper body a lot, and while that can be good for aesthetics, it's not always good for muscle tension and tightness and stress, so especially in the shoulder region and the chest. With yin here, we're really stretching the fascia across the chest. We're giving it hydration, we're giving it the ability to flex and stretch, and become more elastic. So when we slowly come out of it, which is the key to all of these, gently come out of it so that the fascia, this webbing tissue, doesn't spring back, that we ease back into where we were. So it stretches, it hydrates, but it doesn't have that potentially negative recoil. So it's as important how we get out of each of these yin postures as how we got into them. Keep breathing. Relax your face, relax your teeth, relax your tongue, relax your ears if you can. And on your next exhale, come back onto your belly. Good, now we're going to get into the hips just a touch before we go into our final resting pose. So we're going to start with Anantasana. So come on to your left hip and bring your elbow under your shoulder, palm facing away, palm facing down. And grab the big toe, your right big toe, with the index and the middle finger of your right hand. And maybe you've got the hips and leg flexibility to be here or down here, but what you want to do is slowly come on up like this. Just gonna hold this for a minute. This is really good for the hips and the inner groin, and really rest into that left hand for support. This pose is inspired by Vishnu, a Hindu god who lies on a couch made of a snake and an ocean of milk. And he's just chilling doing this pose. Keep breathing. If there's tension in the leg, that's fine. Hips and the groin tend to be really tight. And release. Good. Roll over onto the other side. I'm just going to switch orientation. So come onto right hip on this side, right arm on the ground. Grab your left big toe with your left hand, and up we go. And see, you may find that, look, this is just is just where, left side's got a little more space today. I don't know why, but that's really cool. And here, you don't want to invite stress into the pose, but this is where you're going to find a bit of your edge. 20 more seconds. Breathe out all that tension and come down. Very good. Now, one last pose before we go into our supported Shavasana to keep the chest and hips open is frog. So come down onto your knees, keep them wide. Yeah, this will be a better orientation for you. And make sure that the ankle is in a straight line from your knee and your feet are flexed. So it's making a nice L. We're going to hold this for 4 minutes. 3 and 4, we'll see. Close your eyes. And so for some of you in frog, you might be here. If you need a little more support, you can grab a blanket and place that under your knees. Be a little extra cushion and support. Get up here. That's the difference between yin and restorative. This pose asks you to give a little something. If you got space, come down onto your elbows. And this really gets into the inner legs. Keep the spine straight, head relaxed. And if you want, you can actually come down to your forehead. That can make it a little intense. So you might want to shorten the stance. Frog is a really excellent pose to get into the deeper parts of the hips. Some people, when they get into frog, they start to feel anxious or angry, emotional. It's because we're getting the parts of the muscles where those adrenaline memories live. And by stretching into them, holding them, breathing into them, they release. The key here is to keep the face relaxed. Almost done. Keep breathing. Keep those happy thoughts coming, the things you're excited about, the things that have happened that have been so wonderful in your life today, yesterday, 5 years ago. Breathe and smile. Really good. Now crawl forward a little bit to come out of the pose as you straighten your legs. Excellent. So now we're going to go into a supported Shavasana. So if you have some blocks handy, that's great. Otherwise, grab some books or some pillows, but something to give you a little support. What we're going to do is have the blocks here, and then actually grab a pillow and place it in between them. If you have a bolster, that will work too. And just lie down in this nice recline. Opens up the heart a little bit. And then bring the heels together. Feel a little opening in the hips and the chest. Surrender to the ground and the earth. That nice bright cloud underneath you. I'm going to stay here for a few minutes. Really just thank yourself for being open to yin and to this practice. Taking the time to breathe through the tension, giving your attention to parts of the body that don't always receive it regularly. They're thanking you. Your cells are thanking you big time on a Sunday night. Deep breathing. Relax your face. Relax your shoulders, your fingers. Relax your forehead, the roots of your hair. Rest easy. If you want, you can keep your legs as they are or extend them out. Stay here as long as you like. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Have a wonderful sleep. May you be blessed, surrounded by love and light. Through this practice, be that for all you encounter. Namaste. Have a wonderful evening.